Okay, so we're looking at your work, the work environment, and seeing the secrets around work. And of course, we're going to start with Aries. So, Aries, sorry for that. I got to put something over here. Every time I go back to listen to the video, it's like it should be so like loud. But anyway, Aries. So some of you could be feeling like money is a bit of a struggle, like you're not making enough money, or you're in a dead end job, dead end situation. But you're very accommodating at this time. You may not feel like it's reciprocated. So you're being very nice and caring and kind and helpful as much as possible. Again, people may not be reciprocating that. You also may be saying that, you know, you're left out here all on your own, right? Here. Some of you are looking elsewhere. It would be smart to do so because within a 6 months to a year's time, you can evolve and grow, whether it be with another job, another opportunity, or promotion. So if you're looking to, raise, get more of a raise, get a promotion, go elsewhere, start looking now. Or some of you can start at the end of March, like your birthday season is a great time to start putting yourself out there because there's a lot of opportunities that could come your way or something very significant. And for some of you, this is speaking to the internet, the web, doing business overseas, that sort of thing. So there's other opportunities that can get you out of this poverty-like state here. They don't want to be bothered with you at the workplace because you may not come across as part of the family. And they are, in a sense, worried about your work ethic, worried about you at work. They may also see that you're a bit worried. So there's some worry coming down. You could see that they're evaluating. There could be some changes coming up at your job, Aries, that you could get an opportunity, a position. They may be setting you up for a new position, new opportunity, could pay you a little bit more as well. This also could be you getting a notice, right, and severance, and we're going to pay you this amount of money, that sort of thing. But it's more looking toward giving you an opportunity, especially if someone has left the job, is leaving the job. And pay attention to the energy around your office because people may be getting really quiet. There may be some like evaluations going on. That's because they're getting ready to make some changes and shake up some stuff and reassign work to people. And you could definitely be one of them. But the biggest challenge here that I see that they have with you could be either longevity, like you've not been there long enough. You're not part of the family, if you will. There's some differences here. And either you run hot and cold, so you could be a bit intimidating to them, or they're not in the mood to be responsive and nice. And if you have come across that way, you showing up this week in a way that's very accommodating or nice may not be met with the same energy, okay? But getting yourself out there and looking for other opportunities or within the company, transferring would be a smart thing to do because there could be an opportunity coming for you as early as May, like late April, May time. Okay, Taurus, so we're looking at your work, the workplace. What do they think about you? You're not playing any games. You are very defensive. Oh, shit. Hold on, guys. I'm just now realizing that my mic is not connected. So, yeah, that's going to be for Aries. Just give me a second. Hold on, give me a second. Okay, we're back. I'm glad I caught that in time. But yeah, you are strong-willed at this time. You're not playing any games at the workplace. But you're also caring and kind. It's okay. You like your job. You don't have a problem with it. But it's like you get exhausted from having to defend yourself or put up your boundaries. You may also feel like there's people who hate on you because you are victorious. And you may be exceptional when it comes to your job. If you are someone that's like an account manager, you run things, or you there's some form of competition that goes on at your work, whether it is commissions, that sort of thing, then you do really well. So you are a standout. And again, people may not like that. There also could be a lot of childish behavior around you at the workplace, drama, that sort of thing. So you may not like that. But at the same time, you may look back and say, I have had to fight and put my foot down for everything that I've acquired at this job. And some of you, it's all about the money. You want that money. You need that money. It's all about that money, your possessions, what you've, what you have acquired and what you've developed over time. Well, you know, they could be a little bit scared that you could sue them. You can take them to court. They're right. Your rights are being trampled upon. And again, you will fight. That's for sure. So if they're doing anything illegal or egregious to you, you're going to fight. You're not going to give up on it. They're at a standstill. They could be nice with you, or there's niceties and pleasantries here, Taurus, but still at a crossroads of what they're going to do. But they do appreciate your work ethic. You work really hard. You bring money into the company if that's your position here. And yeah, so you do really well, and they do like your work ethic. And I do feel that they'll be sticking beside you. So this could be a really good week. You proving yourself enough. If there, again, has been any issues at the workplace that you've had to put your foot down, they now know not to play with you. And I do feel that if you have been one of those people cut or have gone through a fallout, you're going to be rewarded down the line. Like they're going to have to pay the price, because it's karma all around your workplace. So people should probably not handle you any kind of way. And it doesn't look like you're doing anything unethical, but people need to respect the karma, because there's a lot of karma here. And I do feel like you'll have the upper hand. And they kind of can't deny that. They can't deny how you kind of perform and you behave at work, if that makes sense. Then you do have a bit of a hater, but that's a personal problem. You have someone here that kind of wants to cut you down to size, but good luck with them being able to do that. Hey, Gemini. So your work ahead, what are they hiding from you? How do they feel about you? Some of you are being very strategic at work. You may be trying to move on from this job. Some of you could be also trying to avoid work, trying to avoid working, dealing with someone, being bothered with people. You may feel like things aren't moving fast enough. It's slow at work. But I do feel like some of you could have applied for a bigger opportunity to move on from this position, to transfer in some kind of way, to take on more responsibility, to position yourself in a role that gives you more exposure, gives you more accolades, right? That you can grow and be better. Or some of you are going back to school, looking into certification or planning to learn in order for you to gain and grow more and get higher. Okay. They like you at the workplace. They do. They could want to give you more. So there could be a conversation that's being had. If not now, down the line, this could be a conversation to be had with you for some of you Geminis. And it's kind of like you have to wait and see. Okay. But the problem is money. Money, they also, your job, your company could be struggling financially. They may have to cut people. They also need to switch out people. And they're switching people out because some people have, salaries that society doesn't want to pay anymore. It's going to be a very ripe time for companies to cut people's salaries significantly doing the same roles and same jobs because they've had enough of thinking that, people could just make all of this money. So that could be the challenge. And then for some of you, it's a company that's struggling and they're going to have to kind of trim the fat to reconcile that. So they're kind of waiting here because you could be one of those people that they have to look at their salary, if you're needed, if it's necessary, how we're going to move about. Also, they could be looking at another person and wanting to switch you out for them or vice versa, something like that. If you've been out on disability, that sort of thing could be a challenge. They could be changing your benefits in some kind of way, so that could be changing. It's not all happening right now. It's like they're looking at the budget and they're making plans down the line, but they are challenged when it comes to that with you. And as a result, there could be some very strong changes that comes about. I feel like Geminis, you guys will be okay no matter what. If they are going to change, I don't necessarily see that they're cutting you. I don't see a cut as of right now, those of you that are employed, but I do see some changes and cuts and some sacrifices that comes about that will change the perspective. It is going to change some aspects of your work. Well, Cancer, the workplace, it looks like you have a ripe opportunity to partner, like become a partner with your company in some kind of way, or to gain or to get or gain more, be promoted or be offered more money for what you do. Damn. Okay, I'm not picking this up. Hold on, Cancer. Let me get the cards down. You may not like a particular person at your workplace. Somebody could be a bit strict, but you're kind of caring and kind of sweet. At least that's how you're approaching the workplace. You're thinking about what your next steps are going to be. Where will you be in the future? Some of you may be thinking about relocating, but where would I go? And if there's work out there, like abroad, like you really want to move someplace far, but it's like, well, I just need to take some time to really think this through before I make a move. You also may feel like everything is on you and there's no real support. But down the line, that may be a benefit to you. Okay. Also, you may feel like you have to advocate for yourself because someone's left you out there to just handle everything on your own. And you'll look back and say, I'm doing the work for 2 salaries, but I'm not getting paid. So it's something like that, if that makes sense. You may feel like you're being pigeonholed in a way that it doesn't benefit you down the line. They're worried about you at the workplace. Someone could be worried about how they communicated with you. They also could be worried about messages, communications that was sent to you here. What they expect you to do. And I do feel like they could be, like, it's that type of thing. If you got cut, something about your position was cut or changed and it wasn't fair, now they want to claw it back. They want to give you some type of concessions or more money or please come back and let's see how we can work this out. They also may have been a little bit drama that's kicked up at the workplace and now people are trying to be nice. You're going to be getting an evaluation down the line. That could be a bit troubling because they may need you. I keep getting a job that needs you to do more because other people is gone, they've left, so now you have to take on more responsibility, and they may be propositioning you to believe that more comes with that for you, how much of a benefit it will be for you. But like I said, that may not be the case. And then it's going to be a sense of trying to decide, what do they do? For some of you, if you are up for a position, a role, they definitely could be treating you like they're not so sure, if that makes sense. They're really not so sure about you versus another. And they're not so sure about how much they want to pay. It's like that's what jobs are doing now, looking at the pay and the pay scale, salaries, and if they want to pay someone, and if you are even qualified and deserve a certain amount of money. So yeah, some politics looks like that's going on here. Leo, work. There's a sense of despair, not knowing what you're going to do. You are hopeful and thinking positive, but in the background there's a sense of despair. You feel like this place is very toxic, but there are a lot of kind of people who, there's a lot of power plays and control issues at the workplace. But also people I'm hearing that are successful and who has developed themselves over time. Someone could be taking you under their wing, or you can be mentored by someone. And there's a sense of not being able to move forward, or not being taken serious, or not kind of wanting to move forward. I mean, you are, but maybe not wanting to. You want a victory. You want to be successful. You may be looking at the people who are doing better than you and feeling a bit jaded or jealous that you don't have that positioning. So you kind of want to almost like overthrow whoever's controlling things. Typical Leo. But you don't want to be penalized for your actions, if that makes sense. They feel like you work hard, you're a hard worker, and they are in evaluation of you. You could be up for something, or they may be looking to bring you into something. So again, if you are being pulled to learn something or be shown something, all of that is to pull you higher, because they do. Yeah, they want to give you a better position with more money. Some of you stand to make like a 6-figure income. So if you've been feeling like, listen, I have been just trying my best, I have to do this, and I have to work this job, and I have to do that sort of thing, or I'm working I have to work 10 or 20 more hours a week just to, that can change. You could make comfortably 6-figure income because, again, your work ethic has shown that you deserve it. And someone, again, I feel like you have someone in a place of power who can see you as their successor, right? You'll get some communication that will not necessarily, there's some communication that's happening, but it's not going to result to like, now I'm getting promotion, that sort of thing. There's still some waiting and trying to figure out what the next steps are going to be. But at least there's some communication that's going to come down. I don't know exactly what this communication is going to be about, but it's saying that there a text message, email, some communication that you fully won't get clarity until down the line. Hey Virgo, so work-wise, some of you you're expecting some things at work, but you're kind of taking your time and buying your time. You may feel like people are burdened at work. It's a lot of chaos, it's a lot going on at the workplace. It could be childish. It could be just a lot going on. And you try to stay around people that you like, that keeps you sane. And I feel like you have slackers. It's kind of like this place is draining as well. It could be quite draining. And it's like when I get off from work, I don't want to do anything. It's shit. It's like I really just don't want to be bothered. And there's some changes coming up at work. And I also feel like you have someone who will either somebody it will be leaving. So you might have a ripe opportunity to move into their place or their space. They could get cut. You can get some inside information, like someone's telling you something that they're really not supposed to tell you, but you kind of get a heads up about a situation. Yeah, there's going to be definitely some changes that is destined to happen, but you may be in the know, so you'll know what to do with it, if that makes sense. And if there are cuts coming down, you might be one of the first people to know, like, oh, really? Go ahead. They like you a lot. They feel like you are a great addition to the company department. You work extremely well with another person because there's some form of a partnership that you have with another person, and it's just like a very good partnership. If you are a woman, then you're taking him under your wing, or he's dependent upon you quite a bit, even if he runs the show, whatever. If you're a man, then this woman could be taking you under her wing. But secretly, you have more than she has, if that makes sense. But you're using this opportunity for your benefit. David, also, what's this about? Your job may be trying to break you up from this partnership because there's a dynamic between you and another person where it's like, when we get together, or, you have a lot of control. I'm hearing authority or influence just because of you and this other person. They may not like that. They may break that up. They may feel like someone needs to humble themselves or bow down or become more relatable to everyone, not just who you choose you want to be cool with or who you choose, that sort of thing here. And I do feel like some of you are, it could start to get a little challenging at the workplace down the line, Virgos. I'm going to tell you now, but again, you may be one of the first ones to hear about it from this partner in crime. Like, you have someone, but there could be some challenges coming down the line, and someone leaves and it's like, it's just not the same. Someone leaves or get cut and it's like, it's just not the same. Can you be one of those people that get cut? I don't see you getting cut. For some of you, you may just leave, or someone leaves, right? And it's like, damn, it's not the same. And you may down the line leave because it's just not the same anymore, because they are going to be making these very hard-nosed decisions that will break up all of this craziness that could be going on. It just feels like this place could be a place of divide. And you found some solace with a particular person or group. And that's going to be changing down the line, which will make the environment very different. Libra, some of you are going to court. So if you, any of those people that, whether before or now, you get cut, you get laid off, whatever, you're one of those tragedies, yeah, you will be going to court, and you're not playing. Like, you're not playing at all. For some of you, you're waiting to hear final decisions about a ruling, if it affects your employment, that sort of thing. Court and not playing around. Things may go in your favor. You may get a reprieve or blessed in some kind of way. People have got let go. And it may be wrongfully terminated, wrongfully let go. Some of you may get some good news if you're one of those people where you're part of a class action, or you get severance or something like that. So it's almost like you, whatever's happening to other people around you, it skipped you, or it's not as affected. You didn't get as affected as others, if that makes sense. But I see people going to court, that's for sure. It's just very challenging at the workplace as well. People may be, not in a good place. And of course, if there's all kind of changes where people's livelihood is being affected, of course, that's going to make the environment pretty challenging. So people could be leaving left and right, let go left and right. I feel more let go, feeling like this is just not right. And there could be, and so the people that have formed great partnerships, again, you kind of have to now go at it on your own. I miss such and such, kind of like the Virgo reading I just read. Oh, it's going to get toxic at your workplace, baby, because some of you guys, if you're still left standing, you're about to be seriously overworked. Get fucking ready, okay? I also see, of course, there's going to be class action lawsuits and that sort of thing, because Saturn is going into Aries this year. That's your opposite sign. You are the sign of legalities and courts and rulings and law. So with Saturn there, I can definitely see lawsuits and it just being very difficult and people being extremely toxic at your workplace. So you may be saying, well, I don't know exactly how long I can do this, because again, you're going to be getting overworked. Whoever's left standing, they're going to get overworked. Their way. If you're saved, that's because you've done enough to prove yourself and you're needed there, okay? But I'm telling you, the dust still hasn't settled of what their plans are going to be. They also may be looking at you and thinking about giving you a promotion, giving you more opportunity. I don't know if it comes up to the right amount of pay, but I do see you getting a higher opportunity. You may also have to go to school, get some type of evaluation, that sort of thing. I do feel like they're going to be kind toward you here. But it may be hard for them to communicate what lies in the future. I feel like it's hard for them to be honest. Like they're going to be very clever in how they're wording things, how they're communicating things, all kind of stuff. So, and playing nice, but you can't trust them. I would just say that. I wouldn't trust anyone of authority at your workplace because they're starting to get clever. They're not just cutting people and not caring. It's like, oh, well, we have to word these emails differently. We've got to communicate differently. So pay attention to all the wording that's going on around you because people will be try to be very clever in how they communicate. I'm talking about managers, supervisors. Scorpio, so work environment. It could be a delay in moving forward. What your next steps is going to be at the workplace, getting things done. It could be a slow burn. It could be trying to get things done at the workplace. You could be coming across a little aggressive, confrontational, very low patience. Be careful because people are getting plucked up out of your work environment left and right. And I feel like there's going to be lack of communication, or again, you may have thought it's like people will switch up on you, but you'll see people for who they are at the workplace as well. And you're not protected. You're not protected. People could be really criticizing you, but I feel like it's quiet. It's behind the scenes. You really don't know that they may be looking like, how can we end our relationship with Scorpio? What can we do? But if you're paying attention, and one thing you guys do is pay attention, you may start to see that shift. It's like a quiet shift, but you're so, in your day-to-day with how you interact that you're tone deaf to them criticizing how you communicate, how you operate, how you work, and it's all about interaction. It's all about interaction. And I do feel like people are going to be very, people could be also getting let go and you have no clue. Like, what happened to such and such? Like, oh, they left or they got let go. What? And it's been like weeks or, days since you've known. And And so if you feel like you've been, or they're kind of setting you up for something better, something higher, that may get put on pause or clawed back completely. Secretly, you are stressed out about work, or you will be as time goes on. And it wouldn't be a bad thing. Hold on, Scorpio. Some of you are pregnant, and your love life situation is very challenging or problematic. But aside from that, even if, okay, definitely stay in this job as long as you can. Don't just up and leave. Clearly that wouldn't be smart to do, because it will not be easy for you to transition to something else. It just will not. You will have to wait, and you will get spanked because you just up and left. You've got to be accommodating. You're going to have to be more malleable, more approachable, more friendly, be part of the team here. Because I feel like secretly, like being elusive and all of that scorpionic energy could be a challenge for you down the line, if that makes sense. And you'll know how to kind of maneuver in a way that people will see through it, if that makes sense. I'm trying to hurry up and get off this reading. But it's saying be a little bit more friendly, if that makes sense. They want to, they like you, Scorpio. They do like you. At the workplace, you're very helpful. You could be kind. Again, you may be someone who has been intricate in some way when it comes to the workplace, but they are watching you. Somebody could be talking. I keep getting somebody is talking about you behind the scenes, like behind your back. And it may shock you, because it's like it's the very same person that you may think that you have a great relationship with, or you've been helpful to them. They're jealous of you, and this jealousy is somebody is trying to sabotage you because they are jealous. They do not like the natural ability that you have. They also don't want to continue to pay you. If you're making really good money at the workplace, and I'm getting this for several signs, they're wanting to claw back these salaries. They want to, so if you're making six figures, they want to cut it by 50%, that sort of thing. They want people to just make enough if you're able to even make enough. It's that type of thing. So you're being paid too much. Someone may feel like, well, they're not all of that. And someone is also trying to sabotage you behind the scenes. I get it's a female, but it also could be a male here that you are very familiar with. I'm trying to, hold on, y'all. I'm asking too many damn questions. But I don't necessarily see you getting let go. That could be down the line, but I don't see it happening right now. And I do feel like, just be careful. I think I said the same thing to Libra or someone. I would be careful. Don't really trust the people around you, Scorpio. I don't care how cool you are with anyone at the workplace. Just don't trust people. Maybe, right, just be careful, but also be very friendly, approachable, workable. Be careful how you're coming across, how you're communicating, because it's something about your actions or the way you interact that is being criticized heavily. That can change some things, but if you pivot and also be very strategic in what you're sharing and what you're telling people, that will safeguard you. But for now, you're okay. It just may be that people want to bring you down a peg or two and take away from you what you're kind of set up to receive, which is far higher, far better things. Hopefully this makes sense. It's crazy. Hey, Sagittarius. Okay, so Sag, quick message outside of your work. Ladies, be careful with the drinking, indulging, not getting enough sleep, that sort of thing. Also, be careful with your emotional well-being And men, try not to work too much. You may be working way too much. You may be over focused on a situation that could breed lack of sleep, lack of rest, because it can it could affect your health, is what I'm saying. So just check in with yourself and make some adjustments as necessary. Now let's get into work. Some of you, there needs to be work life, home life, personal life balance, and it may be difficult for you to do that. There may be some things going on at home that you're not able to see because you're busy working. Okay. Now, how this relates to work is that kind of like Scorpio. The first thing I got was you don't care as long as you can make that money. And it's like you have to start caring more and not just about the money or not just about yourself, if that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, you're approaching work very good. You may be feeling like you're overworked or it's just a lot on your plate. It could be, I'm about to see, but hopefully this does not mean that you're going to be let go and you're going to be the last person to know and it kind of comes out of nowhere. I do feel like people at your job could be very aggressive this coming week. They also could be arrogant, full of themselves here. You're at a crossroads and you don't know. Some of you may be at a crossroads of like, where is this job going to take you? What can you get out of it over time when it comes to this work? Yeah. If you work with 2 other people, it could change, but that'll be down the line. And you're going to feel like things are starting to come into shape. Things will start to get better. People may warm up to you, you them. Some of you may find your tribe, your people, like everybody is getting along. Like the energy may feel a lot better down the line. Your job is definitely looking at you, criticizing you. Some of you could be up for review, performance reviews. They are kind of watching you here. Sorry, I'm not showing the cards, guys, but it's real time, so I don't have the cards already down. They like you. They like you. They also could be offering you something, like a little something. Would you like to, do this? Would you like to do that? That sort of thing. And it may feel like you're very much quiet to yourself. You do what you need to do. Here. I don't even know what this is about. Like, I don't even know what that question was. I forgot. Problem here is money, and I'm getting that for a lot of signs, Sagittarius, where they don't want to pay people what people deserve. So if you are making a significant amount of money, that may be a challenge. It also could be a challenge right now, offering you more, giving you more, expecting more out of you, even though you're going to be given more. This is very strange. Yeah, you're going to be given more. What is this about? What was this question? This question was, hold on, because I need to figure this out. Give me 1 second. I still don't really remember. I think this was about wanting to keep you there. But I feel like this job wants to trim the fat. They are reviewing salaries. But you have done enough where if they cut people and you're not one of them, I also feel like if they did cut you, they definitely could be in regret of that. But others of you, if you're still around and you haven't gotten cut, and I don't see a cut happening here, They could be around you, like people were let go or people leave, that sort of thing. And they could be short of people. But instead of hiring more, they're going to promote people. So don't be surprised if you start seeing all these new people like, oh, now this person is moved here and that person is moved. They're moving people around because they really don't want to hire new people. They want to spread the work to other people internally. And you could be one of those people that's up for a promotion, a higher position down the line. Okay. And it's going to make more. It's kind of strange how other signs, they're wanting to trim the fat, trim the salaries for some other people, and other people, they just want to get rid of them. But for you, and another sign, if I'm not mistaken, is up for more. It comes down the line, and it would behoove you to get a license, certification. You know what you'll need education-wise, right? In order to put you in a position where you can make more, because you do stand to make more if you have the right credentials. Looks really, really good. Yep, and an opportunity. There could be opportunity to make a little bit more money, opportunity to get another position at your job, because I do see them positioning you for. The problem could be because someone left. You may know that there's been a shift, but again, whatever this shift is, it brings a very ripe opportunity for you, Sagittarius. So I cannot say enough to position yourselves for more and better, because you're one of the lucky signs that actually can receive it. Hey, Caps. So work. There is expectations for more. I don't know if you've been promised and that sort of thing, but there's a sense of expectations for more. Some of you will get another job, an offer of a position. Let me see. Okay, so your work environment could be fun. You have friends, or people will be wanting to befriend you. And you may feel like people are very slow at work, responding, replying, getting things done. But you have a very positive approach to the work environment coming up. And you may feel like they still do not recognize you the way that they should. You still haven't been promoted. You still not in those higher levels, that sort of thing. You're waiting for something better, for them to promote you, for them to recognize that you are not like everyone else and you deserve to be someplace better. And it's going to be a lot more rating. For some of you, there's going to be a lot of stress on your mind and worry, because it's like, where do I go? Everything is so unsettling. So where do you go? And you may feel like, I can't keep waiting. I need to make a change, but where the hell do I go? Because again, it's kind of ruthless out here. So there's the stress of that here. It's saying still put yourself out there. The problem that you're going to be faced with, if you think that you're not being taken serious at your job, it's going to be difficult for you to open those doors or get invited into the doors where there is recognition and salary, and all of your hard work pays off, because they don't want to pay people out here. That is the thing. I'm telling you, if they give you money, then the benefits are not there. If they're giving you benefits, which they do not want to give people any benefits, it's really okay. Let's get into them. They think that you're very good at what you do. You're a solid, stable employee. And you're someone that they're going to call upon to take on this, take on that. Almost like, can you do me a favor? That type of thing. And is it attached with some more money? And that's where you're at with it. But they definitely can trust you. Man or woman, Capricorn, you are pretty exceptional. They cannot deny that. if you've been at your workplace for quite some time, they know that, okay, either you've been there for quite a long time, you know how things work, so you can't be finessed, or there's a sense of someone, yeah, you can't be finessed if you've been there long enough. You know how it works. And you are like, no, you're not going to just make me do this type of thing. And for some of you, they're not going to be able to do it whether you've just gotten there or not, because it doesn't come with the right amount of pay. Like, you're not going to continue, or you just will not allow them to use you because the money doesn't add up. It's something like that. Yeah. And they'll be very nice about things, Capricorn, but I'm telling you, they really don't want to. They're thinking about giving you more or proposing something more, but it could be that type of thing where it's like, it's out of my hands. And seriously, someone is contemplating giving you a promotion, raising your pay, giving you more, but it's out of their hands. It's out of their hands because, babe, when I tell you there's a budget and that budget is getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and someone's going to get let go. I don't see it being you because they need you, but this is going to come back to bite your job if they start cutting people and doing things haphazard, all in the name of saving money that they have but don't want to because they want to get on the program with everyone else. They're going to lose. They will have you for a while because you're stuck. You're in purgatory right now. You can't move around. And no matter how much you want to, you cannot move around. And the people around you, like other employees, that sort of thing, they don't have what you have. They don't have the goods. They're not there yet. They just do not have it. I don't care if they've been there 20 years. You've just gotten there yesterday. They don't have what you have. Okay. And your job, they see that. But they also don't want to do the right thing by you. And that's going to come back to bite. Aquarius, some of you are worried. There's worry, especially if you work in an environment that is commission based. You're worried. You are worried. Here, anything where it's more of an independent position, contractual position, or commission based position, or if your contract is coming to an end and it's up for renegotiations, anything where it's like, no, I'm an independent person and it's all predicated on, those things, you're worried. And also worried about, your money, your finances, that sort of thing, being cut, all those natural things right now. You're moving in silence. Some of you may feel like you're at the right place. Like, no, I'm in the right company. They're going to treat me right. Or at least you think. Because when we get to May, there could definitely be some changes coming up that you don't see coming. Yeah, some people are being sacrificed at your job and they're going to have to make some changes. They're making some changes. If not now, down the line, they're going to be making some changes. I see it's happening right here in Pisces season that they're going to be making some changes at your workplace, and people are kind of anxiously waiting for if they're going to be, what lies of them, let's put it that way. You may feel like your job has the audacity. A lot of times you don't like the way the people act, they speak, they behave. The way they do things could be a challenge to you at times. And speaking up, saying something about it, or having the power to leave and cut the situation out could be a challenge for you. But things are going to work out in your favor. For some of you who are, like you were cut for the wrong reasons, that sort of thing, judgment can go in your favor. If you are on leave, furlough, you may get brought back in, or you can get paid for having not worked, something like that. Like if whatever it goes against you, you'll look back and say, well, they made it right for me. Or if things are happening at your job there may not be a need to worry, because you'll find down the line that you get the promotion. You get, you know, your job is secure. Something, you get a victory in all of this, if that makes sense. They feel like you do what you need to do at the workplace, and you look good doing it. They may appreciate your efforts and your efforts now. They kind of need you. I don't know why, but they need you. So where they may have been conflicted about things, they're going to need you, because your job has a lot to tackle, like more work, more revenue, more business has come to them. And now they need you even more because you've proven yourself. But you're not a fool, so they can't allow, like, you have a cutoff. You'll do, but you're not going to do just whatever they want you to do, that sort of thing. They also may feel like you work slow, or you can come across a bit intimidating at the workplace. It's not really what you say, but it's kind of how you relate, like your actions. So you may not like the way that they communicate, right? And how you respond will be not to communicate. Like, you'll punish them in a way, if that makes sense, that does not necessarily match their energy, but you get your point across. They need you around, like I said, because they have a lot of work for you. They really do. They have a lot of work. You must be at the right company that's really doing better. The company is growing. So they need you. They need you there. And I do feel like things will work out, start to get better. They're really going to appreciate you. It'll be like a nice little marriage, but they're the only ones in a partnership because you're very much an independent and will switch up on them at any moment. Okay, so Pisces, just like that, things are turning around in your favor. Money is going to increase. You're going to some of you are getting out of jail out of nowhere. I don't know what that's about, but I get like a pardon. You get out of jail free card. Things are turning around in your favor. Today is a full moon in Pisces. I'm sorry, new moon in Pisces. Set your intentions, Pisces. This is going to be a great first week to meditate and to think about what you want in life, right? But be very intentional and detailed, specific on what you want, and just start to manifest it. You know, all you have to do is really feel and believe, and just believe, and it'll come for you. You guys are natural manifestors. So yeah, it's a good time to be a Pisces, it looks like right now. And you may feel like there's less to worry about at the workplace, but let's get into it. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And then people are going to need you. They're going to need your help. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. You know, there could be people just like watching. It's a lot of watching, evaluating you, evaluating people. People like you like to avoid, like, I can't stand when this person comes around, like an authority, if you will. And that person seems to be around a whole lot more. So make sure that you're working and doing what you're supposed to do, because I feel like they're combing, they're evaluating and looking at everybody. They're doing backgrounds and checks on everybody. They're looking at everybody's stuff. So hopefully there's nothing that you feel like, I don't want them to find out about that here. And stay on your P's and Q's at the workplace. Okay. May feel like you like it there, or you're trying to kind of like, even if you don't like it there, it's like, well, you're thankful. But there's some stresses, and I do feel like you may feel like that changes and gets better over time. You also can be a mentor or a help to the company or to a particular person, if that makes sense. And stresses may start to get less, if that makes sense. They may feel like you're not necessarily either your job doesn't really pay you much attention, they haven't really paid you much attention, or they find that you are not the most active, aggressive when it comes to work, about getting your work done. You may be a bit complacent. That is changing, but secretly they know that you have the goods. They also will start to acknowledge you, be aware of you, if that makes sense. I don't know if you're going to do something very significant and it's like, wow, okay, Pisces, we like that. I do see things getting better for you over time. And if you are being evaluated, you can pass. They may really like the work that you're doing. Like, they start to become more impressed with you. You also may, what does this mean? You may not do enough to be liked or likable, or again, just not put yourself out there where people know you or notice you. Also, your encounter with an authority figure may not have gone so well. So now there's a sense of a stained perception of you to some extent here. And you also may not necessarily respect authority, which is, yeah. But I don't see them getting rid of you or anything like that. Yeah, it's a slow process at this job, like warming up to you or liking you, which I don't see what that has to do with anything. Who cares about liking someone at a workplace? But there's a slow but a steadiness here. I don't see you getting let go. I see things kind of balancing itself out and almost getting better, at least for you. In your perspective, it gets better at the workplace. You may like it there, or you just, you're feeling, yeah, I kind of get liking. There could be somebody that has a crush on you, you crushing on them. But as far as like how they feel about you at the workplace, it's all about, it's like, yeah, they come, they show up to work, but you almost like, you're kind of invisible. You do not really stand out a whole lot. And some encounter that you've had may have put a bad taste in someone's mouth, but it's not enough where it's like they hold the stake, they hold your feet at the fire. Once again, it's almost like they almost forgot about you. And shit, when everybody is gunning for people out here, like a lot of other signs, it's probably for you going to be good to be forgotten.